all in my eyes. Enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift. Decisions are swift. At home in the ring.
This rivalry has been brewing for a long time, and it spills over tonight at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson. They call it's the Mexican Monster, Dave. This bout, so much hype surrounding this big. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Miss with that jab. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner, you've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
The Mexican Monster's in trouble. He somehow weathered the storm.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Nice defense on that hook. Hold it right there, and it's survival time for David Benavidez. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Now the They've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Sergio Martinez is rocked! Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. Do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. David Benavidez might be ready to go. And the big Mexican monster is down. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt. That body punch right there. Buck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's talk about Benavidez that last one. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Both men step back for just a moment. Martinez forced to step back. He's on wobbly legs. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Nice job blocking the hook. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? This is the kind of fight you expect from two world-class elite middleweights. When you've got two evenly matched fighters in this weight class, it sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Back and forth they go. Timing beats speed, speed beats power. These two were made for each other. Tried to score with that hook but missed. And he scores with the counter. And the Mexican monster might be ready to finally go down. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. On to the third. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Counter shot lands. It's like a game of joust. Did you see that? David Benavidez might be ready to go. Looks like trouble was averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough, tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across.
What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
I've got to see.
1, 2, 3, 4. Richardson, are you okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still... Here we go to the fourth round. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
How about that time counter shot? That counter shot lands. Tried to score with a jab. Nope, that hook won't score. His stamina is off the charts. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Beautiful counter shot. drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Sergio Martinez is dazed. Martinez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow.
There's the bell to start round 5. Punch, counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Jab doesn't score. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. They'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got a whole thing without a steam.
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Nice counter. The Mexican Monster's in trouble. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit, because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Throws the jab, but does not score. A lot of effort being exerted here. This fight has a real good flow to it. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Look at the swelling and the bruising. They're going to take a look, and they may stop this fight. A little bit of a surprise here as the referee says we can continue. Let's talk about David Benavidez in that last round. Stamina is always... Let's start the 6th. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? That counter punch caught him clean. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Couldn't land that jab. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A swing and a miss with that jab. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight. You have no excuse for gassing out.
Thinking you were smart, you were switching off. You got complacent. This fight's not over yet.
Forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end.
And now you let him back into it. Get your mind back on the job. It was a god-awful round, I tell you. Now, come on. You're way better than that guy. You've let him back into the fight.
Timing already. The right hand's beautiful. That's it. Start sticking
Get
it
back together and get back out there and win the round.
work.
Here comes round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Down goes Benavidez. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you still want to fight.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Not the best start, Bob. You know what? The cornermen, now it's down to them doing their job. But get through the round.
Whoa, Johnny! And the Mexican monster might be ready to finally go down. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. A perfect counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. The perfect counter lands. We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Benavidez that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be... There's the bell to start round 8. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Beautiful counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Nice counter. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking...
Oh my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me your ball.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
He's up, but for how long? Look.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see the Mexican monster is down? How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're okay.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go. In the corner right there. Oh, and that... As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.